Oskaloosa City Council to order. Today is Monday, December 15th, 2025. We start with the invocation from Lifehouse Community Church.
My name is Adam Kyle. I'm the pastor of Lifehouse Community Church, 1513 South Market Street. And I thought since Christmas is 10 days away, I'd just read a couple of lines from Luke here. This comes from Luke chapter 1, 30 through 33. Do not be afraid, Mary. This is the angel speaking to Jesus' mother. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great, and he will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever. His kingdom will never end. Would you please pray with me? O Lord Jesus, we come before you today, humbled, Lord, by your grace and your kindness and compassion. Please forgive us, Lord, and the city of their sin. I pray, God, that as we pray tonight, you'll watch over us. I pray that you'll lead this meeting, Lord, and these leaders. I ask, God, that you would accept our thanks offering. We have a great city here with many leaders that are brave and courageous, and many that are filled with wisdom and kindness. I ask, God, that you would continue that in them. I ask, God, that you would watch over their families. And if there are any sickness or illness or injuries, God, that you would heal them. And I pray, Lord, that you would keep all of the workers, whether they be policemen, firemen, or public works, any of the politicians, any of the city workers, Lord, would you watch over them and protect them from the evil one, Lord. I'd ask that you bless this city and bless their hands. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Holbert.
Here.
Ibrahim.
Here.
Ocean.
Here.
Allman.
Here.
Caligari.
Here.
Dross.
Here.
Hermson.
Next up is the opportunity for community comments. This item is reserved to receive comments from the community for concerns whether or not they're included on the current agenda. Community is encouraged to speak before the mayor and city council. Asked to keep statements brief, time limited to no more than 3 minutes. Any questions are to be asked of the city staff, the council members, or the mayor prior to speaking to the full council, so that way concerns can be properly researched and answered away from the meeting. Comments are to be directed to the mayor and city council only. And as an additional note, we also, to ensure a productive meeting and that all voices can be heard, we ask that any conversations be kept to a minimum and quiet, so that way everyone can hear what's being said. And for those wishing to provide comment during the meeting, I have yellow slips here, and I'll call to them as currently they're in alphabetical order, starting with Al Ellsworth.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, council members. Thanks for hearing me. I just wanted to say that after the meeting last 2 weeks ago on the 1st, that I received a phone call from Matt Sherlock the next day telling me that I shouldn't have been at the meeting because we didn't go through proper channels to be here, and was reprimanding me for even showing up. He said I should have contacted him first, and I told him I tried to, but he was never there at the golf course when I tried to talk to him. And he just went on about that and told me that at one point I had insulted one of the employees about her tattoo, and I never did. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I got an unwanted phone call. Thank you, and I'll yield the rest of my time to Louie.
Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to keep the protocol the same, though, where the mayor calls to people who are coming up.
Oh, okay. I just was saying that yield my extra time.
Yeah. Since we have a 3-minute limit, I would like to enforce that per person.
My apologies.
Okay.
It's my first time. So.
Understood.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor, it's within the Robert's Rules of Order to yield time and to reclaim time.
Yes, and so the 3-minute limit, I'm trying to offer that to every individual here, and so I understand your point of order as well.
Okay, so that allows me to speak and take the remainder of his time.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Point of order, Mr. Mayor, if we could have Mr. Van Gorp speak at this point.
So,
Yeah, I
so-
will follow up with them.
so one person's giving their time to another person who's giving their time to another person?
I'll take the time now if you,
But you're asking me to go out of order by the way that I'm calling,
yeah.
which has been announced before the meeting.
You said that it was gonna be in alphabetical order.
Yep, and so
He has
Angela,
similar comments to make at this point. If he could go now, then I could close out the comments. They're all similar. If it pleases the mayor.
yeah.
Can he
This
see the
time.
slip?
Thank you.
This time.
Rick?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council, for letting me speak. Up until 2 weeks ago, I'd never been to a city council meeting in my life. That's the first time I've ever been to one. I'm 67. But since we were invited to come and the order of business was concerning the golf course, I said, I'm gonna go see what they have to say, about what improvements were supposed to be. Not knowing that the next day I was gonna get a phone call also from owner of MK Golf, and saying, why were you at the meeting? Really? He says, I've bent over backwards for you guys to, and he says, if it's really that bad, why are you still here? And to me, that's a very, very bad way to address somebody. And then my response to him is that I've played here for 45 years and I like the course. I'm not a citizen of Oskaloosa, I'm a citizen of Pella. But I've played out here at the golf course for 45 years, and I was told by one of you that it didn't matter if I was a city member or city resident or not. 45 years of playing golf there had a lot to say. So, and I don't want to leave the course, but it's making it pretty hard. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Sorry, I wanted it to go that way because they received the phone calls, I did not. I was verbally accosted on the course prior to that. So it's kind of the custom and practice of MK Golf ownership to berate individuals. It's also purportedly happened in the EdmondsonExpose.com where he showed up unannounced and unwanted at somebody's porch and proceeded to berate them. So what we have is kind of a civil harassment, an unwanted behavior that causes emotional distress or fear and can lead to legal action against the harasser. And we wanted to let the city know right away. The very next day, we shot off an email to Mr. Tim. Subsequently, he had a meeting with Mr. Van Gorp wherein they discussed the situation. Mr. Van Gorp brought his phone with the call log, and subsequently Mr. Tim said that he believed him that it had happened. And I kind of think that hopefully Mr. Tim had reached out to MK Golf and suggested that that was not the kind of behavior that this city wants of its contractors. Certainly, ostensibly, he is an agent of this city, and you have control of him, numerous controllable measures of him, and to have him reach out to somebody because they were involved in civic behavior is unfathomable. I don't know exactly what is going on with the owners of MK Golf. Perhaps it is that they're in the child ego state. So they're operating as a child, they're lashing out, they're not taking blame. We want the course to improve. We have talked to this individual over the years, nothing was happening. We got together and created the EdmondsonExpose.com to see if we could make something happen. And we're happy that things are occurring, and hopefully, instead of the why is this going on, the individual will understand what he needs to do to rectify the situation. I have more to say. I guess I'm going to have to do that with regard to the capital improvement plan. You have that on the agenda. It's coming up for the water improvement plan. And a quick comparison When you get to that, you'll see that Mr. Murphy may be responsible for the one that's coming up, I'm not sure, but here's the capital improvement plan, one page. 32 items on this page. 27 are listed in the previous capital improvement plan from 21 to 25, and they didn't get done. So this is kind of the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Did not get done. There are only three items on the new capital improvement. Am I running out of time?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your accedance to our order, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it. Next time I'll speak to you prior to the meeting beginning so we can alleviate that problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Make sure I've got all, let's see, this. Okay. Angela Foster.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Oskaloosa Main Street. I wanted to update you on the attendance numbers we received from the Greater Des Moines Partnership for our two last events that we had downtown. Turn on the Lights, which was Saturday, November 22nd. We had 4,700 people attend with a dwell time of 61 minutes. For our Lighted Christmas Parade, we had 11,300 people attend with a dwell time of 139 minutes. I would like to thank you for all you do for Oskaloosa Main Street. The momentum we've had in 2025 have been amazing, and I'm excited to find out what's going to happen in 2026. We will celebrate our 40th anniversary as a Main Street community in 2026, so be on the lookout for exciting things to happen. But I would like to thank you for your partnership and for your support.
Thank you.
The parade was beautiful.
And last, James Pala.
Good evening, council members. My name's James Peglow. I'm here with my wife, Paige. We're the current owners at 401 K Avenue East in Oskaloosa, and we are here to object to the proposed nuisance for mowing. The mowing was completed on September 18th, 2025. We did not purchase the property until September 23rd, 2025. At the time the work was performed, the property was owned by the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. The city's invoice is dated on October 3rd, 2025, and was issued to HUD as the owner of record. We did not receive any notice or invoice before closing. In fact, we did not receive anything from the city until November 22nd, 2025. In addition, the invoice lists the address as 401 K Avenue West, which is not our property. Our correct address is 401 K Avenue East, and because of the incorrect address and delayed notice, we did not have an opportunity to address this matter. So after receiving the notice, we called the phone numbers listed on the paperwork multiple times. We were transferred between different departments and individuals, and no one was able to explain why we received the notice or how the assessment was being applied to us. Because of the nuisance condition, the removal work, and the billing all occurred before ownership, and because of the incorrect address, delayed notice, and inability to obtain clarification, we respectfully request that this assessment not be adopted against our property. We have provided documentation showing our closing date, the invoice details, and the incorrect address. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. That hits the end of the community comments. Next up is consideration of the consent agenda. These are all items that are routine in nature. They are handled with a single motion. I didn't feel that any of them needed to be particularly called out. Do we have a motion of support for the consent agenda?
Moved.
Second. Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ibrahim?
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
Allman?
Yes.
Caligiuri?
Yes.
Dross?
Yes.
Holmberg?
Yes. Okay, that passes. Getting into the regular agenda. First up is the Mahaska Community Recreation Foundation Annual Report.
Thank you. As we've started doing, just would like to welcome our guests. So, Mackenzie Burke, General Manager, Mahaska Community Recreation Foundation, more than likely referred to from here on as MCRF.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, men and women. Yes, I'm Mackenzie Burke. I'm the General Manager at MCRF, and I'm here tonight to show us show you guys our annual report. The first thing listed is our MCRF board as it stands currently. We do have a vacant appointed seat for tourism and hotel motel, but we are looking to fill that with a new hotel motel person. But I won't read all the names for you. So as of November 30th, 2025, our hotel and motel tax revenue from the city was $200,981.60, which makes the monthly average just over $16,000, and the funds primarily support trail repair, maintenance, and public safety enhancements. Our major 2025 investments funded with partial hotel motel tax. First was trail repairs and safeties. We spent $108,000 on trail repair this year, majorly focused in the Marge Addition and then as well as Caldwell Park out by the ELC. We've also addressed erosion, large surface cracks, and then user safety hazards. We're finishing up some backfilling. As finishing up now will be in the spring after the snow, but we got most of it done this fall, which was great. And then we do an annual trail inspection, so that's kind of how we decide when the repairs need to happen on the trail. We also did our trail signage completion this year. That was a grant that we had applied for through Cargill Cares, and we finished that up this fall. Then our Stadium Drive paving was also completed this spring. That was a 2024 project that fell into 2025. This was just the 2025 expense, and that has been wonderful. We very much appreciate it. Everyone that visits our complex appreciates it. And then another large project that we did this year was we completed a security lock system at the 8plex. This is just safer across access for the staff when we're not on site, and it's improved restroom security, and we were having some issues with overnight stays in our buildings. So that was kind of what caused this project to need promoted on our list. And then we also use the hotel motel funds for tourism promotion. So we do hotel and restaurant brochures for community visitor marketing. And then we just feel that it's responsible stewardship to show all of the different projects we're using those funds for. So on your left is the 2025 events that we had this year, and then on the 2026 events, those are our scheduled events as of now. We will have a couple more announcements to be made, so I'll be visiting you guys early in 2026 for those because they are very exciting. But once they're made public, I'll be back for those announcements. And then for the rest, I wanted to highlight some of our partnerships through our state Little League tournament that we hosted in 2025. This was coordinated with Little League, local, and county. District 4, we had local entertainment, the chamber, hotels, restaurants, and many volunteers that helped with that. It was all out at Lacey, and we secured sponsorships, lodging discounts, so on. And there was a lot of logistical standpoints from that. This next list shows all of the partnerships our community gave for the teams that came from all across the state. So we were very, very appreciative of all of our community partners, and they really gave a week to remember for these kids that came for state tournament. Then to show and highlight our programs, Little League this year, the Oskaloosa Little League had a very strong season with over 350 kids participating. That's up. So I'm very excited about Little League getting more and more kids involved. And then the Mahaska County Little League represented at the state baseball and softball tournaments this year. Fall ball, we had over 110 teams for 4 weekends this fall. YSF offered 5th and 6th grade tackle. We work with the YMCA on fielding their flag football, and then we work with MCSC every year for soccer, fall, and spring. We had some fun events this year with the Optimist Club. There was a kite flying event, which was great and really fun. And then we also worked with the ELC to provide a swing into nature, where we offered tram tours from the softball complex to the ELC in between games, which was something different. We wanted to partner with them, and it worked well. We have some kinks to work out, but we look forward to that. And then when I submitted this, we hadn't completed our float, but we did complete our float. We were Whoville. I was dressed up as the Grinch. We had a great time. We got first place. I'll add that. But we had a really good time, and we loved participating in the parade. So that was great. Then for grants, we're working with a couple different grants, but we had native plantings done along Stadium Drive, same that is on D with the city. We completed a trail mural over by the animal shelter this last year with a grant. And then we are currently working with the conservation on a REAP grant for signage that will now house our trail maps and trail rules along the trail. So then the last thing is our economic impact from 2023 and 2024. I don't have an updated version for 2025 yet, but the tab I want to highlight the most is our visitors tab. In 2023, we had 48,000 visitors that came to just those events. So that's not our daily usage. Those are just our highlighted tournament events. And then in 2024, we had 55,000.
Fantastic.
Any questions? That was a lot of information.
That's a lot of information.
Mackenzie, I read the trail. Just you said you do an annual inspection on the trail. So if somebody saw something,
Yes.
not during the years, can they just call up there and
Yes,
say, "Hey,
just-
there's a crack, something, or something's
Yes.
broken loose"? Or
Just give us a call. Especially, we want you to
Yeah.
call us. Especially in our busy season, we try to get out there weekly, but there will be a couple weeks that we don't get out there if we're really busy. Especially if it's limbs or trees have fallen, just call us and we'll send out our maintenance staff right away.
I can think of 2 instances where that happened. There were some trails down closer to the ELC, and then there was kind of some a tile backed up or something where there was kind of some moss on a curve, and her staff was out there.
Good deal.
Yeah. And that's one thing Alex and Stu are really good about communicating, because you guys will field calls when they need to come to us and so on. So
Yeah, excellent.
Tremendous job. You do a great job representing the city, so thank you very much. Next up is item B. This has to do with the considering a resolution that levies special assessments against private property for cutting and removal of weeds by the city of Oskaloosa. This is done under Title 8, Chapter 8.20 of the City Code of Oskaloosa. So there is a Exhibit A that has now 6 properties on it. The one regarding Holly McCain was paid today, which is the last one listed. Certified notices were sent to property owners, notice published in the Oskaloosa Herald, and if approved, the property owner has 30 days from time of filing with the Mahaska County Treasurer to pay for the weed cutting. After 30 days, it's assessed to property taxes with a payment schedule at 9% interest. There was a letter received from the property owner at 925 South D that was included in the agenda item for council consideration as well. This does require an open public hearing, and so I'll open the public hearing if anyone would like to speak to this. Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Council members, do we have a motion regarding this item?
I'd like to make a motion considering assessing these fees with the exception of Peglow.
Yeah.
I consider it
Second that.
separately.
Okay. Okay. We've got a motion and a second on considering all except for Peglow?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Ocean,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
Caligiuri,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Holmberg,
Yes.
Ibrahim,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. And I'm assuming the motion was to assess the,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, regarding James and Page, do we have a motion on that?
I'd like to make a motion to see that their fees were waived if they didn't purchase the place until the 23rd, and it was mowed on the 18th, Mayor.
Okay. Do you have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
I'd just like to say, I think we had a similar item last
We did.
meeting too.
We
And,
did.
and this is nothing against Chief or Pam or
No.
process. I think it's a tough thing when these assessments happen right at the same time that a property's transferring. And I know it's my federal tax dollars, but the Secretary of Housing ought to pay the dang bill. You know, I mean, it's one of those things to where I know there's disclosures. I did a transaction here not too long ago. You have to, are there any assessments or pending actions against the property? You're supposed to sign it, and you check no. It feels like there should have been something done. And again, I don't think. I mean, again, Chief and Pam follow procedure, and we do what we do. But I mean, I don't know, Dave, is there?
Well, you're right. It certainly is problematic. You can have that circumstance like occurred here, and that is problematic. It's troublesome for a homeowner. At the same time, the way the process works for the city, obviously the final event does not occur. It starts, but it doesn't occur. Now, because of that, I've caused a few years ago to be recorded so it appears in all abstracts in town, a notice to any prospective buyer, you should contact the city to see if there is anything pending going on relative to this property. Just to try to give a heads up for person to check. It's certainly, I think, within the sound discretion of the council, if the council chooses and says, yeah, on these facts, we want to go ahead and waive this. But for what it's worth, that notice is out there to try to alert individuals so you don't fall into this trap.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could be, Dave, just because it was that is such a fine line. 5 days is such a close call.
Yeah, and I would even say too, sometimes the realtor could stress,
It
because
usually-
I know when I'm buying the first home and you're really scared and you're waiting
True.
for are there any outstanding liens, and they're throwing all these terms and numbers at you, and you're trying to do right. And so if the realtor even had a checklist, check with the city, maybe check with this, because there are things that could fall through the cracks.
And where it would show up, the title examiner should note that in the title opinion.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And I was going to say too, we got that whole thing on East and West. I didn't get my New York Times delivered for 2 weeks because the post office insisted it had to be East. And we've got some problems with our postal system on getting important documents. So mine was trivial, but I've had some others. So you're not alone on the mail not being delivered.
So we have a motion and a second on waiver. Roll call, please.
Holman,
Yes.
Caligiuri,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Holmberg,
Yes.
Ibrahim,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Gets us to item C. This one is to consider an ordinance rezoning property at 953 11th Avenue West and 1107 11th Avenue West. It's from a GI, General Industrial District, and R2, General Residential District, to the LI, Limited Industrial District, and R2, Planned Use Development, General Residential. This is the third reading. Gridco LLC, Marge LLC, care of Musco Corporation, submitted the rezoning application for those properties. It revisits the zoning designations on Musco-owned property between 9th Avenue West, 11th Avenue West, and South 8th Street for the Musco facilities and for the proposed Edmondson North subdivision. Planning and Zoning has already voted in favor of it, recommending on a 9-0 vote. This is the third reading. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on it? Roll call, please.
Caligiuri,
Yes.
Dross,
Abstain.
Holmberg,
Yes.
Ibrahim,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item D, just to consider an ordinance amending sections 15.40.10, 15.40.20, 15.40.030, and 15.40.040 of the Code of Ordinances for the City of Oskaloosa that at the October 20th, 2025 meeting, the City Council passed a resolution approving the amended and restated citywide housing urban revitalization plan for the citywide housing urban revitalization area. Whew. The next step is to consider an ordinance to consolidate the prior amendments into the original plan. It addresses legislative changes to Chapter 404 since the last amendment. It also updates the language. This is the second reading. Do we have a motion of support?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on it? Roll call, please.
Stross,
Yes.
Holmberg,
Yes.
Heberdain.
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Holman.
Yes.
Calgery.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E, this is having to do with the discussion on the 2026 strategic plan. City Manager, floor is yours.
I do have some items I want to discuss, but I'd like to start with questions from council first, just observations that you had looking into this, and then I'll follow up with my questions.
I just appreciate the updates we're able to see here that things are progressing along. So as I was looking through it, just you don't see like again a lot of 100%, and again some things that still need work, but knowing that there's tangible process being made.
Right. It's very the way it's laid out. It's very user friendly too. I mean, it's very
That's the goal, is to make it really
Yeah.
easy that someone can pick it up and kind of know what's going on.
Well, like you got the dates and things in here, you know, when things were done or still in the works.
Yeah. It's still a pretty lengthy document. It indicates we've got plenty going on.
No, I'm just the one who enters them in.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. I'll go through a couple of my comments here. So on the second page, implement community recommendations for parks and recreation needs. I'm speaking tentatively right now, but one of the comments or questions in the community survey was on, what should we do with parks and rec needs? The number one thing that's coming up is splash pad.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me because I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys have heard that.
it's very popular.
When we get the final results, I'll keep you posted on that. There's one item on page 3, it's 2.1.3.3, the library. Mary and I were discussing if we should get a contract in place with the county to kind of solidify the amount that they contribute to us each year, but just considering all of the things that are going on with revenue decreasing with property tax and different things, we felt like right now isn't the time to go and ask this question, so I would recommend that we take that one off for now.
What section is that again?
2 point.
So you're going to remove it?
3.
Yeah, I'd like to, 2.1.3.3,
1.1.
and setting up a contract with the library in the county.
Based on other county experience, I would recommend keeping that in the conversation because the library keeps really good data on the numbers who are city residents and who are county residents, who are using that. And it's not just free. Libraries cost a lot of money too. So I think I would keep that in the conversation with the county. Like maybe we're giving you a grace this year or whatever that may be. But I would keep that on their radar just as a helpful hint. Because they think of it as a city library and it's not. I was just there the other day, calls are coming in from outside of the county wanting interlibrary loan and wanting this and that. And they keep that data. That data is, and you like data, the numbers will speak for themselves, and that. And if county residents didn't have access to this library, So I would keep that in the conversation on their radar, like knowing this is something that has to be supported. They don't appear out of magic.
I think to a certain extent, it's almost like the agreement we have that 2080 with the county for the law enforcement center, and it sat there for 30 years, and we just it just sat there, right?
Right.
And I think that with the funding of the library, it's one of those things that's just kind of sat there, and we just kind of work through it, and it kind of ebbs and flows, and it's something we probably do need an updated understanding and agreement at some point. So, completely taking it off and ignoring it, I would agree with Lisa. It's probably something that maybe it's back burner right now in the midst of everything we've got going on, but something we should just
I would put in here.
revisit.
Yeah, I would put in here, pending and revisit in 6 months or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and I believe the library makes presentations to the county supervisors anyway, during budget hearings, that sort of thing.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can keep that on there. Appreciate the feedback on that. Just as a little update on the community survey, I checked this morning and we had 123 surveys that have been taken so far, so not too bad. I would love to get that number at least up to 200 or so above that, where I could feel confident and say we can mostly rely on the data that we're looking at. So we'll keep you posted on that one. Going over to the Jefferson School of Lofts, that is on, let's see, just a few more in there. 4.1.1.5. You may have heard this already, but the county decided to pull back on their funding for the Jefferson Lofts. And it was based on the non-recourse language that we didn't discuss, but they didn't feel comfortable with that. I suspect that the project will continue forward based on, I think it was 180,000 or something like that, right? 175. So in the scope of things, it seems like we probably move forward with that, but just thought I would update you on that because it wasn't written in here just based on timing. One thing I would like to add to the strat plan is the spaghetti building. I think that would be a good one to kind of keep track of. It's, trying to turn that potentially into an economic development opportunity. I think it'd be a good one to add on to the plan.
Is there things going on with that building now?
Which building?
Yeah.
Kill Spaghetti's bike.
It's one of those
Just west of
spaghetti
Quick Star.
down by Quick Star.
Oh,
That raggedy looking building next to it.
I never heard that name.
Probably wasn't Spaghetti's.
I know which one now.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't Spaghetti's.
Yeah, that's, I've always.
I know it is Big Bear.
The floor is yours, Sean.
Yeah,
I thought
Sean.
it was a coal mine.
So that's a property at 1716 A Avenue West, and as you can imagine, this time of year, we continue to have issues with break-ins. The city was awarded title to that property.
Oh.
We were also awarded title to the additional property at the southeast corner of that site. So we have about a 3.5 acre site to about 2 acres buildable. And we are in the waiting period with the Iowa DNR to demolish the rear addition. That's where a portion of the roof on the rear addition collapsed. That's the safety issue that we want to resolve as soon as possible. So we're hoping to demolish that yet sometime before Christmas, as long as the contractor is available to do so. We are also getting bids to demolish the remainder of the building. We've been through it. We don't think the building has any real value for city operations. We also don't think that the building has any real value for reuse. It's been added onto a number of times. It's been vandalized. It's just not in very good condition. So we're currently getting bids, and as long as those bids come back favorable, we're hoping to demolish the remainder of the building sometime next year. Hopefully this winter when the contractor is available. What we're hearing is a lot of the contractors that do this demolition work, they're doing bridge work or other infrastructure projects, and they have some availability during the winter off season. So that's our hope at this point. We're having conversations on the best approach to put the property out for sale or bid. This may or may not be similar to our usual process that you see for residential properties. Hopefully more to come on that, but we're still gathering bids at this point and putting together a plan.
I got one question. Of course, the street behind the building is part of that property there, isn't there? Like a triangle looking piece.
You're absolutely correct.
Is there something we can do with that, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if the property owners around that would be the nursing home, wouldn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, we're hoping an easy solution would be perhaps to do a land swap of the property that we own across High Avenue, and then the little piece piece that the nursing home owns across High Avenue, and just do a land swap and resolve it. But you're right, I think we'll need to address that before any sale.
I never could understand that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good idea to put on here.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay.
The last item I wanted to bring up, this was on the very last page. There, 4.2.4, it's formulate a plan to develop the next commercial area for the city, identifying location, land for sale. And Sean mentioned this in his updates, but we've got a couple of street extensions that make sense that can help spur some development. There's one that would be a little bit north of Walmart, and actually, Sean, would you speak to that better? You're going to be able to
Get back
identify
up
that
there.
spot better than I can say.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
I wondered if I should stay at the podium. So Sean, you were speaking about the street extension north of Walmart, is that correct? Yeah, so I'm going off memory here, but there are two streets on the west side of Walmart next to the bank and the small strip center. There is I believe it's not called Gateway Drive, there's another name for
I
that.
can't think of it.
Cornerstone.
Cornerstone.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you. So Cornerstone Drive at dead ends right now on the west side of Walmart. That is a public street.
Yeah.
And then we also have D Avenue West on the north side of Walmart, which there was a small section built next to the name of the bank.
Farm Credit.
Farm Credit.
Farm Credit, yeah.
Thank you. So the discussion is perhaps to consider a plan to connect those two streets that could make the property northwest of Walmart more accessible for future development. There's, I believe, around 14 acres, if I remember right. From that point all the way up to Highway 163, we could see that as a great location for future hotel or apartments or just.
So
about
basically,
anything.
just loop that road around.
Yeah.
Yep. Could be some
That'd be a good idea.
utility extensions needed.
Might
as
help the
well.
traffic flow too, Sean, a little bit. I mean, just.
Yeah, they could. Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
You want to stay up there a little longer?
Mine.
I just giving him a hard time, Sean.
So as far as the strat plan goes, those are my main comments. The brainstorming activity that we're doing, and thank you for your feedback on that. That's been really good. We're really close to almost have everyone in there. We can take the feedback from that, and the goal would be to think about that and see if there's anything that we need to update to the strategic plan. I think that's the whole idea behind that. And I've got it sorted so there's grouping that's identifying as department heads and council. So if you wanted to see what do department heads think about this question, what does council think about this question, you'll have that ability to look at it. So that's going good, and I'll get that to you guys as soon as I can.
I did have a question. I just found it. I was looking through here. On item 2.2.1.3.
Oh, there he goes.
Say it again. 2.2.1.
2.2.1.3.
Okay.
There's a little red 2 there. You see that? Oh, yours is in black and white.
2 comments.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
I forgot I was in a PDF and over there clicking on it. Oh, nothing's opening.
Yeah, that's just the 2 comments.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Do you know what social media is?
What?
Exactly. Okay. That's why it didn't work for you.
You talking down there?
Oh, boy. Thank you. Good work, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate the department heads putting all this information in there. This is a big collaborative effort to get it.
It's more organized. Yeah.
It's clean, yeah.
A lot of accountability.
It's fun to see the progress and check things off the box.
Yeah, especially that. So thank you. Okay, next up is the YMCA and Auditorium update.
Done.
Still, we jumping up and down.
More than it was.
Not done, but continue in progress. Substantial completion is still scheduled as August of 26. First photo is going to be just ongoing pictures as they continue this. That is the competition pool. As you see, the walls were poured and the ramp, they're starting to come up that. Scheduled tomorrow morning will be the 2 wall pours, one on each side, to get up out of the ramp. And those will continue till beginning of February. They'll be up a little bit higher than that, but then they'll start on the slab work. So again, Canco keeps self-performing those, and all signs are positive. The next one, so there's a lot of little things going on, so some of it's hard to capture, so I did my best here just to kind of give you visuals. This is the recreation side. The bottom right-hand corner is the tile that goes on the top of the recreation pool. So that has been completed. And then on the kind of the middle there, I guess, would be just a really kind of a cool stone bench that unintentionally will be used. Originally it was just kind of meant to be kind of decorative, sit on it. But as the project goes, I think the YMCA will incorporate into that as kind of their staging area to come on to the competition pool, and that'll be kind of the on-deck area for the swimmers to be able to come, and then that will free up some space on the other side for swim coaches. One of the negatives they get now at current facility is there's no place for the swim coaches to actually coach as they're swimming and doing their laps. So we think that'll serve a dual purpose there. This is just, so I started to break down mechanical room progress. The one on the right is the flooring for where the chemicals will actually go. That was part of what City Council agreed to when we got our deduct. There was some additional work on that. And then the other one is our pool heaters. So they are beginning install on those. The next steps, they are, secure time is out on the walls, so they will be backfilling some of those, and then the next big thing for the splash pad, or for the tile guys, will be the splash pad. So I think that'll really be, I'm hoping the next council meeting we can be bringing pictures of that, and I believe they're going to go ahead and install the accessories to that as well. So that'll be a nice update, and then just a lot of mechanical and electrical work that's going on in order to keep it moving, working with the pours and working in those areas. So, any questions on that?
So far, everything is on schedule the way we would expect?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Looking good, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay, last item on the regular agenda is the consider a resolution of appreciation. This is for at-large City Council member Lisa Ocean. She has served on the City Council for 4 years, starting in January of 2022 until now. The resolution that is under consideration reads as follows. Whereas, as a member of the City Council of the City of Oskaloosa, Iowa, from January 2023 through December 31st of 2025, Lisa Ocean has served the City of Oskaloosa with honor and distinction. Through her conduct and high sense of public trust, she has earned the respect and appreciation of the citizens of the City of Oskaloosa. And whereas Lisa Ocean provided leadership by offering valuable input on numerous city projects and policies, including the Early Childhood Education and Recreation Center, North G and North 4th Reconstruction Project, the 2023 Sanitary Sewer Project, Animal Control Policy, and development agreements for city improvements and business development. And whereas Lisa Ocean represented the city on the Forest Cemetery Board without hesitation, now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Oskaloosa, Iowa, that in a meeting assembled on the 15th day of December 2025, by the adoption of this resolution, permanently records sincere appreciation for the service rendered by Lisa Ocean as a member of the Oskaloosa City Council, and for the privilege that has been ours to have served with her. Presumably passed and approved this 15th day of December 2025. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, so far everybody has either motioned or seconded. So, okay, roll call, please.
Holbert,
Yes.
Ibrahim,
Yes.
Ocean,
Abstain.
Yes. Caligari,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
It passes. Thank you very much, Lisa.
I will miss you, Lisa.
Round robin council member, well, let's see, start with city manager. Anything additional to add this meeting?
Just one question for the council. The budget study session that we were considering late January, it's come down to 2 dates, and I wonder if I could get your feedback on which one you prefer. The January 19th at 1 p.m. or the January 21st at 5 p.m. It was a split vote with everyone's feedback, so if you could tell me which one you want.
I'm off the 19th, so I'll go with the 19th.
19th.
Yep, 19th for me.
19th.
Yeah, 19.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Did you say, Sean, you said 1 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. That's all I have.
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts is good. No?
City clerk. Okay. City attorney, anything?
I would have nothing to import, but I would mention, I knew we had a talented city manager, but I did not appreciate how much until I was at the Christmas parade and saw another aspect of his many talents.
Was he on the unicycle?
Yes.
You see him wobbling?
No,
Yeah.
Sparky was on the inside.
Yeah. Master of disguise. Nobody knew it was you.
Sparky the guy made it 3 times as hard to write that unicycle.
Yeah. Well, it had
Allegedly.
the big floppy feet on the itty bitty pedals. That was what got my attention.
That was hard. I mean, it's already hard to get on the cycle, and then you just kind of wobble down, and then it's weighted down. It's fun.
Do they make snow tires for those things? Do they make snow tires for those things?
It is a mountain unicycle. So
Oh, wow.
that helped to be in there.
I continue to learn as we go. I did not know there was such a thing. Okay. Council members, Abu. Rhonda?
I'd just like to thank our Public Works Department. I think this is the 3rd Saturday in a row that we've received snow, and so I'm sure that they're probably hoping that they don't see another one, but they've done a fantastic job. And you know, you're always going to have the people that are not happy about everything, but they seem to, my road, they're down there quicker than they've ever been in the last couple of years, so I appreciate their hard work.
Okay. Bob?
I just want to respond to some of the Edmondson comments, and Rick and Al and John have played golf with all you guys. Love it. Been there a long time. I think I've played golf there for 30 years. So not 45, not as long as any of you guys, but been there a long time. I have not played with Louis, so you can't comment on my golf game. They can tell you it's bad. It's bad. Where I really struggle with this Edmondson expose, and I haven't said anything up to this point, but I feel tensions getting a little personal here, and that's sad, because we've all golfed there for years. When Jeff and Lori Smith, when Ted Smith was there, and it's always been a very well run course. I know that Matt Sherlock has in numerous. I mean, you guys know this, in numerous capacities, has worked there since I think he was 12. So I think we can all agree that Matt cares about that course, and I think it would be hard. It would be really hard to dispute that. What's really concerning to me is that the first I heard about any concerns about the golf course in Edmondson expose was not from the city manager, was not from Stu Tim, was not from any of you directly. And again, I play golf with you guys. The first I heard of this issue, or the supposed issues, was because the community leader received a letter signed Sincerely Concerned Citizens of Oskaloosa. That letter, the return, it was received in the mail, and the return address showed the address, the name and address of a friend of that person. The friend of that person received a very similar letter from the Concerned Citizens of Oskaloosa with a return address supposedly from that community leader. If you know the two guys that got those letters, you would know that they don't communicate by letter. Okay? They communicate over a cup of coffee. And having read those letters called, it talked about the deficiencies of the golf course. It talked about reference to the items on the edmonstonexpose.com. But it specifically called not just for the termination of the city's contract with MK Golf Shops, but it also started naming names of who would be potential successors to the golf course and what the city should do. It also read such that you were giving those two community leaders an opportunity to make things right before it went public. Those letters included a username and password for the people who received those letters. I, as a city council member, had no knowledge that there were any concerns. And there was work put in to do a website. There was letters sent to two members of this community that have done a lot through the years. Neither of which golf at Edmondson Golf Course, believe it or not. The first the city moved, I did provide a copy of those letters to a few people, and anyway, I've had numerous conversations with Matt Sherlock. I've spent I don't know how many hours working on this, and the way the letters were worded, the way the website is worded with deficiencies, what not to expect at Edmondson Golf Course. This is a city-owned golf course. I believe it's one of the nicest city-owned golf courses. And the things to not expect at the Edmondson Golf Course are things that I would expect if I went to Torrey Pines, if I went to potentially Riverside or some of these higher dollar golf courses. I said in a previous meeting that I'm not about to complain about the condition of a golf course, that I can, without a cart, I can play golf for $700 a year as much as I want. I think we need to reset our expectations. We've talked about in previous meetings about making improvements to the golf course. I think we all agree that there are improvements to be made. Many of those improvements are the responsibility of the city that we've talked about in previous meetings. And I don't see anything so egregious that would call for the termination of a contract. And if that item came to cancel, I would vote no, and I would fight it hand and fist. That's it, Mayor.
Okay. Andy.
I would like to thank our first responders, especially in this cold. And, you guys do a lot that people take for granted every single day. So thank you both and your departments.
I have to ditto what he just said, and also I hope everybody's safe for the holidays. That way we keep the police and fire off the streets. No incidents.
Well, I'd like to conclude with a quote by former President Harry Truman. He said, "There are only two happy days in a politician's life. That's the day they take the oath and the day that they retire." So this is a happy day in many ways. I feel like I've done what I could in that. I ran track in high school, and there was no better feeling than in a relay race to hand that baton off. And I feel very good about handing the baton off to Devin. So good luck. I've run my quarter of the relay. Now it's your turn. And so yes, but I love that feeling when you hand the baton off and then someone else and you watch them go, so that I feel very pleased with. And I moved to here to focus on my writing, and I'll do that. I have 4 manuscripts that are out with publishers, and so working with that, I just got a research grant on Sunday from the Agricultural History Society about a project I'm doing on the Mississippi and its community narrative, so that'll be interesting. And as a good writer should do, I am going to end this chapter with a cliffhanger. 10 days ago, within 50 minutes, I completely upended my husband's in my life, all for the better. I'm starting a very, very new chapter that I have no idea what's going to happen. So keep posted. I'll let you know in January.
Good luck.
Good luck. It's going to be a ride.
Good luck. Good luck.
But thank you. So.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on board. So thank you for all the contributions you've made. This was a very short list that didn't do everything as far as that goes. The last few weeks have been interesting for the city of Oskaloosa, that we've seen the lighting of the lights. We've seen the Christmas parade, all of the things that give us attention from all over, what a special place Oskaloosa is. And so we're thankful for the folks that take the lead on that, especially the chamber and all that went into it. We've also had a chance to see our unsung heroes shining. You know, these are the ones that when the snow comes down, they're the ones that are clearing the snow, making it possible. Between the fire department, the police department, all of those city services that come into play when there are less than ideal conditions. And we're putting the cap on another wonderful development year. This is one where we've seen more housing developing. We're hearing more comments from the businesses that have been recruited, building, and are making their reputation in town. It's been a solid year in terms of the progress, but also one where we can have some deep appreciation for those who have made it possible. And so as we wind up the year, I say thank you that it has been a privilege to be the mayor for the last while and to be reelected back into it so we can hit it again next year. So I wish everyone a happy new year and Merry Christmas. Now, with that, we need to have one more thing, an opportunity to go into closed session. This is under Iowa Code Section 21.5.1C. This is to discuss strategy with legal counsel on a matter presently in litigation or in which litigation is imminent, and where disclosure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the city's position. I believe, Dave, do you have any commentary?
I do. The standard litany they direct us to use. Acting pursuant to the requirements of the Iowa Public Information Board, I would state and indicate the closed session to follow is to discuss legal strategy in a pending matter with counsel acting for and on behalf of the city, Brad Beeman and or Maria Brownell, acting pursuant to contract for such services existing between the parties.
Okay. So with that, do we have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Ibrahim?
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
Allman?
Almond?
Yes.
Caligiuri?
Yes.
Dross?
Yes.
Holmberg?
Yes. Okay, that passes. We'll go into closed session at this time. Okay. Okay, we are back into open session. There's no further business to be done by the council. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Typically how we done.